Hello everyone! Welcome back to episode 31 of my Let's Build series. It's so lovely to see you all. I'm sorry that I've been a little bit behind on my videos. I've been working hard on some creative builds, and I've also just gotten back into university, so it's difficult to find a schedule right away. So, between episodes, I haven't done a ton because I've been in school, but I did shrink the size of our aquarium right here. I'll get a good look at that from the balcony, but I think the flow on the sides right now is just a lot better. It makes a lot more sense to me, so definitely very, very happy with that. Should get a little bit of sleep. The only other thing I've done is gather up some materials. Some of you guys ask how long it takes me between episodes, and not really that long. I usually do a lot of my material gathering in between clips while I'm recording. So this episode, I did about a half hour of preparation, which was literally just me fixing that up. I did a couple little redstone things with the mob farm, and I have some materials, mostly just this box. Today, I would like to work on the inside of our palace. So out here, we're starting to slowly come together and get some shape. It's not perfect. We have a little visitor, it appears. That's fine, he can't get us. This area is looking fairly nice, but now the bottom layer of our interior in here, it's looking a little dirty at the moment. And also, look at this torch spam. This is a mess. So one thing I've realized that I am going to actually need is a sheep farm, because a massively useful way to do hidden lighting is actually to hide it under wool, and I don't have any wool at the moment, and I definitely want some in here for different rugs and for hidden lighting and just all sorts of things. It's really useful to have. So I think at some point in between episodes, I'm going to go out by the squid farm and actually set up a little place for sheep. I don't think I'm going to bring any here. I definitely debated having sheep brought into the actual palace, but I don't think it makes any sense to do it like that. We have enough animals lying around with the cows and the extra pigs, and I want to bring in stuff like some parrots, some cats, some dogs, but I'm not ready for a lot of animal farms to be happening underground, and I don't think it's necessary, so I'm not going to bother. We'll do it out by the squid farm, and that'll be lovely. So the first order of business inside our palace walls is to get these interior walls up. So you've noticed I've switched to a different color here, and I think this color goes fantastic with the granite, but it also goes fairly well with this terracotta here, and that is why I have decided on it. This is one of my absolute favorites of the terracotta. It's the light gray terracotta. I just love the slight purple tint. I think it's lovely, and it's gonna make a lovely wallpaper for us. We could, if we had to, fairly easily double up this wall so that this room doesn't have this like weird accent wall, but it's also kind of cool to have an accent wall that's a different color, so we may leave it. We'll see. Can always be changed, not a big deal. Alright, there we go. The light gray terracotta walls are in place. This place looks intense with just that in place. I can't even believe how big of a change that is. So now we need to place in our staircase, and I haven't fully decided if this is for sure where I want my staircase. I think it's definitely a placement that makes sense. My other option, I think that's good, would be right here to kind of go up this way and then that way. But I think it makes more sense once you get to the top to actually have this corner be the entrance. So we have to think about both floors. And this is really much of a less important room than up here right next to our balcony. So yeah, we'll probably leave this as a fully open room until like these pillars right here. So this will all be nice and open. You can observe down at the aquarium or out any of these windows, or look over and see the throne room. That means it's time to place a lot of stairs. Like so many. And I think I am going to destroy the current dirt to do that. Oh no, this wasn't smart. Okay, so this means it'll be a 2 gap. Okay, so I don't want to do it like this. I actually should have placed it on top of the dirt. Ah, goodness, my bad. Alright, there we go. Our staircase is marked in with proper stairs, so we can go up and down nice and easily now. I love that. It's so nice to not have those dirt markings in place anymore. It actually is starting to feel more like a room. Now this is an insanely large room. It definitely needs some pillars in the corners just to kind of round off the room a little bit. I think it'll make it look a little bit more home-like or finished off maybe. And it also gives us the opportunity to actually place some lights in these corners. Look at, oh my goodness. I'm just going to place that so you guys can see. I mean, it's so dark up here. So we're going to use these pillars to kind of hide lighting a little bit. So I need to go grab some sea lanterns and some trapdoors. And this room here is going to be sort of like a nice sitting area. This is our dining area. This is our little sitting area entrance. It's got a little closet in it. And then we have our center like ballroom, dance, gathering area of the palace, which has the entrance to the gardens. And then over on this side we have a kitchen. And then sort of some type of entrance involving water. And I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be yet, but I'm sure that will develop. We have a lot of time before we get over there. I'm not super worried about it. So I'm going to quickly go over here and grab some sea lanterns. I know that we made a bunch in the last episode, so there should be no shortage. Perfect. A full stack. That should be more than enough. Oh my goodness. I love walking around in this palace. I have a few ideas for the interior in here in terms of function as well. I mean, none of the rooms are going to be super functional because I just want them to be pretty, really. But I can think of a few areas where I can add in some sort of function just to make life around the palace a little bit easier on us. Now, all I have to do is place a sea lantern, then another one of those, and just like on the outside, just gonna do a simple little trapdoor. There we go. So that should be super hidden. I mean, we're barely even gonna look up there really, but it just allows us to be able to see how high these ceilings are. And we'll have some chandeliers coming down as well. Maybe some type of decoration on the wall up there, like a molding going around. Ooh, that could be really pretty actually. Maybe we should think about that right now. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm talking about in terms of having some sort of detail up on our ceiling. I can't decide if I like that or not. Is it too much color? Not enough color? I'm so indecisive. I also want to outline our staircase, and although I'm not going to do a little room back here under the staircase, I do still want to have these support pillars coming all the way up so that our staircase is nice and safe. Okay, I'm a lot happier with this room now, and I think I'm going to bounce around a little bit and move into the next couple of rooms and just get the walls up and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to add some little corner pillars, some sort of molding along the side with some hidden lighting in the ceiling so that we can actually see stuff. So I'm going to go do that now that you have all seen the process and what I'm going to do on a smaller scale. I'm going to just do it out here on my own, and I will be right back with you guys. Okay, everyone, now we have a sort of a palace interior. I mean, obviously this big room needs a lot of work in the ceiling so far, but this is our dining room and our little entranceway and our closet, sort of. Okay, a little bit of work in the closet is needed, but you can sort of see the general shape that we're going for, and this is starting to look a lot more like a proper palace interior. Now it's time to actually design some of these rooms, and this is the part that I'm definitely very excited for. I'm actually going to start with this dining room and this smaller room with the staircase in it out here. Hopefully we'll be able to get both of these done in this episode. I have an idea for our dining room that actually involves some shulker boxes. So I'm going to make a couple real fast. And I actually would like to dye these. Now do I have... I think I do. Oh yes, perfect. Cocoa beans. I need my shulker boxes to be brown. This way, they're going to blend in perfectly to our dining room table. Because this palace is so big, I would like to be able to store some things like food, for example, in places that make a little bit of sense so that we don't have to run down in our storage room every time. Now, how big do I actually want this table to be? I think this wide is perfectly fine. So that gives us 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Okay, let's just drag it down. This definitely needs to be a nice long table. I know that much. I think probably here is good. Like that. I'm also tucking little crafting tables and stuff away like this. If I was super good at redstone, I would probably put a button that I could click and make that pop up. Maybe I can figure that out actually. Maybe not. I'm not that good at redstone. Anyways, right like that, and then we'll have these shulker boxes here and here. 3 on that side. Oh, nope. 1 more in on this side. So 1, 2, 3, and then right there. So then in the middle of the table, as we walk in, if we need some more chicken or some more fish, I'll just be able to pop up a shulker box and take it directly out of our dining room table. I think that could be a cute way of doing things. They also sort of look like the legs of the table. We can't quite see. There we go. So they look like table legs. See? I think that's super cute. Like a double function. Oh, and you can see them from out here, so that's perfect, right? As we come through the doorway, we can't actually see that. We won't have torches everywhere eventually, I swear. Other thing we're definitely going to need in this table, as it's really dark, is some lighting. So right in here, I'm going to actually tuck in a nice little sea lantern, and then I'll take out this and replace it with some stairs so that we can't see that. There, that's much nicer. Oh, we can't actually still see it from the side. Okay. Quick adjustment. I've actually just had a thought. My dining room table is the same color as my floor. That doesn't make any sense. Either the floor has to change or the dining room table has to change. Let me go grab some spruce wood and just see how the color matches. Okay, so there's the spruce wood next to the shulker boxes. The dark oak is definitely a better fit, but the spruce wood really wouldn't be that bad. Alright, there's our spruce table. I think I have a lot of trouble with spruce in this scenario because I associate it so much with my medieval builds. I almost always use spruce in medieval. And so, to me, the grayer color compared to the redder of the dark oak, it just kind of, I don't know, strikes a nerve somewhere along there. Anyways, we're going to go with it for now. And I don't think I'm going to switch out these trapdoors. Let me just look at the spruce trapdoors again. Yeah, so I know that they have gray in them, and that's kind of what I don't like. They do blend in, though. Okay, we'll do spruce. I'll use the dark oak for something else. Next, I'd like to accent these windowsills just a little bit, so I think I'm going to pop those out 1 layer, just like that, with the dark prismarine. This next idea I have may be a little less loved by some of you, but I think it'll work out fairly nice. Oh, please stop. I don't want this. Ah, oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot they multiply. Hello? Oh, hello. Okay, so I want to come in here and get some soul sand. As you guys know, for this palace project, I'm sort of using some blocks that we don't see used a whole lot. And so I kind of want to use some weird blocks, and soul sand is definitely one of those. I know some of these are getting retextured in 1.14. Well, everything is pretty much, but I've looked at those textures and I don't think it'll be a problem with our palace. Also, yes, I did just come into the nether with literally everything I own. It's a bad idea. I know, I regret it, but it worked out, so it's fine. Okay, so my idea with this soul sand is actually to have a little bit of an edge going along here, just like we did with the ceiling. You know how some fancy homes or palaces, actually, never mind, not just fancy. I'm looking around my apartment. My apartment has it too. I don't know what it's called. It's that, like, mine is white. It like goes along the edge of the floor, you know? So I was thinking I kind of want to do something like that, but with soul sand. Now I could do this with trapdoors so that it would be popped out just 1 block, but then it kind of takes up this whole block and I can't place anything along the wall, so I like that. I love the texture of soul sand for some reason. I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, let's poke away a couple of things. Holy crap, I have so much crap. Okay, so we did that along that wall. I feel like it's only fair we need to do it along this one too, just to make them all match. Okay, I like that. I'm actually not going to be doing that along this wall. I have some different ideas that I kind of want to implement on this big ballroom, and I may actually do double thick walls so that I can do this sort of texture on this side, but I haven't decided yet, so we'll wait and see. Now, our dining room needs a little bit more than just a plain old table. I think we need some chairs, some lighting, some decoration, some, you know, exciting stuff. Okay, so this is the look that I'm sort of going for with the chairs. I know this is a style that's been done quite a lot before. I've definitely seen it in lots of other people's builds, and I've used it in a ton of mine before. But the simple trapdoor design that comes with the new 1.13 update, I think it works really well in this scenario. Now, I kind of want this to pop a little more, and you know what I'm realizing I'm forgetting? A whole type of wood. We should absolutely be using jungle wood. Hang on. Yes, jungle wood looks so much better with this palette. Now the only problem I do have is the trapdoors are a little less ideal, but it almost looks like some sort of wicker chair, so we could maybe work with that. Let me just get in this big one. Okay, how do I feel about this? Honestly, I like it. I think I'm going to go through with that, and you can all let me know if you think I should change it, or if it's not great, or, you know, do your thing. You know what the best part about our ballroom is? We can grow a jungle tree in it. I think that's pretty cool, personally. I mean, a whole jungle tree inside. We don't need a tree farm. Our ceilings are so high. We could literally I could plant trees. I could plant trees wherever I want. It doesn't have to be outside. It can be anywhere. That randomly just came to my mind. I was about to run outside and find a spot to plant this tree on our tiny little island, and then I realized there's no reason. I can literally just plant this inside. And then I can collect all the saplings super easily. What have I been doing? Okay, now currently anybody eating at this dining room table is going to be pretty hungry, so I think we could fix that. Hello cows, would you be willing to lend me some of your milk? Wonderful, thank you. Alright, there we are, some cake. Perfect, that looks a lot more like a dining room table now. Okay, next up for our dining room, I want to add some fans. So because this is a super tropical area, instead of adding fireplaces all over the place and making it super warm, the people here are going to want to stay cool. So I thought adding in some fans may actually do the trick. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. The other option is coming out by 2. Okay, so here is our dining room so far. Now, obviously I need to do more things to fix up the lighting because we have quite a lot of these torches around, but once we get some carpets, we'll be able to easily hide hidden lighting in little corners like this, and I also have an idea to do more planters in here. Before I continue and add any more details, however, I'm going to let all of you decide on what we've done so far, if you like it, dislike it, what we could change, what we could add, whatever, because I want lots of input from you as usual. Alright, so now I'm going to continue with a couple of other ideas that I have for around the palace, and while I'm doing so, I would like to chat with you all. So today, I'm sure, as you know, as you're seeing this episode, it's a little later than it usually is. And that's not something that I usually like to do. I like all of my episodes to be perfectly on time. Although I don't follow a strict schedule, I usually do try to have my videos up survival on the weekends and creative on the weekdays. That doesn't always work out, and this week is definitely a testament to that and to my patience. So I am starting up a brand new schedule right now, and my schooling unfortunately is only going to get harder until I graduate. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a given with university work, but I thought I should bring it up. I'm working really hard to keep up with my grades and my studies, and I'm sure most of you would agree that that is most important. I know that none of you are going to try to pressure me into doing YouTube like full-time or all the time or only focusing on that. You guys are so amazing. I am blessed to have an audience like you. I just wanted to update you and tell you that January month is going to be a little bit crazy in terms of scheduling. So what I said about the survival weekdays, creative weekends, that's going to be thrown out the window for the month of January. January is going to be a little crazy. As we're speaking right now, it is currently January 10th. I'm in the second week of school and I don't have my full-time schedule yet. So I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to be doing certain courses, when I'm going to be in the lab, when I'm going to be able to record, when I can't record, when I have extra time, all of those things. So until I get that and have a better schedule worked out and understanding of what I'm going to be doing, basically my videos are going to be a little bit all over the place. And I think that's perfectly okay. I mean, I've been doing really well, I think. I'm proud of myself for being able to keep up with this YouTube thing while in university. I think it's alright every now and then to take a little bit of a breather and just focus on school and remember what is the most important. So basically what this series, what I'm going to try to do is just get a video out as often as possible, and they may be shorter and more simple videos like this one right here, where we simply just worked on some interior, we put up some walls, did some very simple furniture designs, and now, unfortunately, the episode is nearly over. I know it doesn't seem like much, but ooh, maybe this is... Ooh, this could be something really good. Hang on. What a brilliant idea. Look at that. Oh, one of them is different. That's fine. Here. There. That covers up the crafting table, then we can just flip it up. Oh, look at that. I don't need redstone. I'm a genius. Okay. Anyways, videos may be a little bit more all over the place, a little less consistent than they used to be, but I will still be putting up videos of this series. Don't worry about that. I'm not giving up. Just don't have as much time to play Minecraft as I usually do. Once I'm all settled in with my new schedule, I will update you all on that and tell you how things are going to be again. Okay, I am liking this space so far, but unfortunately that is all of the time that I have for today. I have a lot more things to do and not a lot of time left in today, and I want to edit this episode so that I can get it up to you guys tomorrow because I know that it's super late already. I mean, this is Thursday. The week's almost over. I'm going to quickly pick out a comment of the day though, because I do not want to miss out on that. Oh, by the way, as an update to the poll that we had in the last episode, the blue glass actually won, which I'm definitely very happy about. I wasn't sure between these two, and I know a few of you suggested that we use other colors like maybe white or a different shade of blue, but those two that I picked out are actually my favorites, so I let you pick between my favorites. That makes it kind of fair between everybody. Oh my goodness, I'm just scrolling through the comments on the last episode and remembering how many amazing people commented. Oh my goodness, you've left so many comments. How am I supposed to just choose one? Goodness me. Okay, today's comment or question of the day comes from Katie Bird, who says, I love the fountains and the Gemini symbol. Also, I had an idea for your garden. You could extend it down into the stairs into an underwater garden for mermaids, complete with benches, trees, and maybe even a fountain of glass or coral. I also, for some reason, found the idea of an underwater terrarium for the mermaids to be kind of amusing. You have aquariums to bring the underwater world up into the palace, so bringing a bit of the airy world into the underwater would really help bring the two environments together. In fact, one with a tree and parrots would be really fun, or maybe with one with a cacti or rabbits. Oh, that one was actually really hard to read for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm sorry if I butchered that, Katie, but thank you so much for the comment. So, if you aren't familiar with the area that Katie is talking about, they are talking about this staircase right here. This plunges us deep into the water and it's straight off of our garden. So, I think it's a really cute idea to actually have some sort of garden for the mermaids down here. That's a fantastic idea, and I'm so glad you commented that. Someone else commented a similar idea. I think it was a user by the name of Joey, but their idea was to create a terrarium inside and have our giant aquarium over there actually be a terrarium. I think this is a good combination of both of those comments. So thank you everyone for your input on the gardens and the palace so far. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The thumbnail of my last video was actually taken with shaders on, so I thought, why not show you all the palace with shaders in-game? I don't put shaders on very often to build, but it is really nice to see what the palace looks like every now and then in these super fancy shaders, especially since we're surrounded by water, and shaders make water look amazing. Okay, there's a bit of FPS lag as I'm loading in new chunks, but it's handling it fairly well. Okay, let's look at our gardens. There they are. Oh, yes. It's so peaceful. Ooh, dive inside. Hey, things in here don't look too bad either, surprisingly. Not bad. Oh, this is going to be so beautiful when it's done. I can hardly wait. Anyways, with all of that said, thank you so much for hanging out with me this episode and building the interior with me. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!